What's going on? We coming in hot with another live episode of No Cap Live with yours truly, KC and Coach P. Yes, indeed. The knowledge and wisdom of KC and Parrish, that's what No Cap stands for. It says it on my shirt right here in case you can't see it because it's blocked. You know what I mean? But anyway, what's going on with my partner, man?
Taking it to West Stockton real quick.
So we got this new segment where we come on with music. That's a new thing we just started doing the last 3 episodes.
And, hey man, listen, man, we got to slap through this month, get the energy right.
And we go bring you something new every single time.
That's Jay Stalin right there, man. So we rocking with Jay Stalin today.
Shout out to the homie Jay Stalin, straight out of West Oakland, out of Cypress Village, West Oakland. Cypress Village, right? Yeah. I remember when Jay Stalin, back when I was doing music, I remember doing shows with Jay Stalin, Filthy Rich, all them dudes, and I remember Jay Stalin's first single, his first song, the one that he was performing. It was called I'm a D-Boy, something like that. It was something, I think it was I'm a D-Boy or something like that. The song was knocking. He was a shorter dude, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call him little. He was a shorter dude. And I remember when he performed, he jumped up on top of the speaker, had his shirt off, and he was performing I'm a D-Boy.
He is hella short though.
He is hella short.
But you know who be making these beats all the time? Another Bay Area group legend, the Mechanics.
The Mechanics and DJ Fresh. So shout out to
DJ Fresh.
DJ Fresh. That's DJ Fresh, my real partner. Shout out to the Mechanics and DJ Fresh. And DJ Fresh is a real DJ, by the way. Shout out to him. He doing big things right now.
I know you said you was gonna try to get him on here.
I ain't got to try. We will get him on here. Shout out to Fresh. You know what I mean? We stay tapped in with each other just on some regular stuff, not even on, business type of stuff. So, but shout out to him because he's doing well production wise. He just he got a song out right now that just went, I think, 4 times platinum or something like that. That he produced. I think it's called No Pole or Pole, something by what's the artist's name? But it's a popular song, but it's called No Pole or something by I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, it's like 4 times platinum. Shout out to Fresh. We stay tapped in. I also work with him on the fitness side and stuff with all that. But yeah, man, shout out to all them dudes, the Mechanics, DJ Fresh, and what's the name? But
Trey Dottie. Is the name Trey Dottie?
No. It's Don Tolliver or some shit like that.
It's right here.
It's Don Tolliver. I think dude's name is Don Tolliver or something.
I'm playing it.
What did the name say?
No pause.
But who's the artist?
Don Tolliver.
Yeah, Don Tolliver. I was right. Yeah, that's a big song right now. It's like 4 times platinum. Matter of fact, DJ Fresh sent me the text message about. He sent me the message. I'll tell you how many times platinum it is right now. You know what I mean? He sent me the message. But anyway, shout out to them. Shout out to Jay Stalin. Live Wire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Live Wire.
Shout out to Patrick Graham. Welcome back to the Raiders. Welcome home.
Oh, for real?
Home. Welcome home. You ain't going nowhere. You ready to leave? You ain't going nowhere. Hey, man. Welcome home. Welcome back. Welcome Pete Carroll. Welcome John Spytek. Welcome Rob Ryan. Welcome Tom McMahon. Hey, come on back. Welcome back. Y'all finna see the Raiders in the playoffs within the next 2 seasons.
DJ Fresh. Pete Carroll that's huge.
And I heard they might bring Money back. Money Lynch. I heard they talking to Money Lynch coming. So we ain't gonna even pump your brakes. We don't know what he gonna do yet. But hey, man, welcome back. Hey, the Raiders. This is the best hiring coach we have had in the last Fuck it. Since we've been born.
Since John Madden.
Since we've been born. Since John Madden. Since we've been born.
Since we've been born.
Since we've been born.
Since we've been.
This is the best coach that we've had since we've been born.
Since we've
Pete
been
Carroll's
born.
been coaching longer than we've been born.
Since we've been born is a true statement.
Pete Carroll has been coaching for 51 years.
Crazy.
So y'all can imagine
what
the
that brings
knowledge.
to the table.
Hey, y'all get the knowledge and wisdom of Casey and Parrish. The Raiders finna get the knowledge and wisdom of Pete Carroll.
Straight up.
You understand me? That's more coaching than Ben Belichick.
As of today, I went from double platinum to 4 times platinum. Shout out to my partner, man. Yeah.
Hey man, tell him hop on it. Tell him hop on this podcast next week, man, and promote with us, huh?
Absolutely. I'm a tag Fresh in this clip right here. Fresh, come on and chop game with your partner, man, and give some wisdom. Fresh is big on prayer and all that. So
that's my lane.
Yeah, so he'll bring some to the he'll fit right in. That's my dog.
That's my lane right there, man. Another shout out to the members only at Train the Brain Fit Club, because I seen he had his members annuals only meeting. He didn't even invite me, nigga shady. I'm gonna leave it alone. I seen him passing out smoothies and shit. He didn't pass me no smoothie. Nigga couldn't get a smoothie, a half a sip. I seen my nigga Zo there. I seen you was with your homeboy Mo Cheddar.
Yeah.
I seen you with the fam.
Yeah.
I seen you at the All-Star game. I seen you out there in your suits and shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a suit. I couldn't get no smoothie. I can't get nothing. This nigga, man, I ain't calling this. I ain't even calling this nigga no more after this, y'all, because this nigga didn't give me nothing.
he ain't even worthy.
This nigga ain't call. This nigga ain't be like, see, come hop on the flight, nigga. You invited. Nothing. God damn, I thought we were brothers. We're supposed to be brothers.
So you got on your G Money. You got on your G Money tire.
Am I my brother's keeper?
You got on your G Money right now with the watch and the all black yada.
Hey man, you gotta get out here and do the. I don't even remember G Money said, but
G Money, man.
Alan Payne.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. We had a good time there. We'll get to that, but I don't want to get off the. Appreciate you shouting that out too, man, because I work hard for all that. That all come out the pocket of yours truly. But but I do it because I truly, I'm working on doing more and scaling up even more, because I want to give as much possible as I can, as much as possible to all of my members. That's why I say members and not clients, because we all members. But I don't want to get off. We'll get into that. We'll circle back around. But I want to, not that it's not important, but I don't want to get off that conversation too fast about, the Raiders and Pete Carroll. I want you, give you opportunity to educate people on those moves that's being made with the Raiders. And talk a little bit more about it.
I love, man. Hey, listen, I'm a Raider fan, so listen, let's talk about the Raiders. Patrick Graham has came back. Let me tell you how good this is for the Raiders. This is the most consistency that us as a franchise had in a long time. Besides when we brought John Gruden back on that 10-year deal, this is the most consistency we had for a defensive coordinator to even want to come back to our team.
Yeah.
So that means the players already know him. So we keeping everything on defense. So that tells us that our defensive unit is good. Pete Carroll, Tom Brady, John Spytek, they're bringing something new to the Raiders. What they're bringing is 11 rings. This is 11 rings between the three of them, right? Yeah. So now we got rings in the building. So that means they know how to win. That means we got consistency with Pete Carroll. So you got a first-time general manager and a tenured head coach in Pete Carroll. So that means we got the old teaching the new. So if that's not a bad, and then you got the GOAT in the middle of that. So the bridge between the old and the new is the GOAT. It's like that story that used to come out. Remember that story when we learned as kids about the Billy Goats and the troll under the bridge, and every time the little goat come, he said, "You don't want me, you want my brother." He said, "Well, go get your brother." Go get your brother. And he'll go get the other brother. And the other brother come and he'll say, "Oh, you don't want me, you want my big brother." He said, "Well, go get your big brother." And then he'll go get the other one. And then he'd say, "Oh, you thought I was the big one. You don't want me. You want my big brother." And Charles say, "Well, go get your big brother." And then the big brother came, and he was like, "You the big brother?" And the big brother was like, "Yeah." Smacked his ass. That's what's about to happen. So Andy Reid, what's the other one? Sean Payton and
Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. Y'all the little brothers.
Mm.
Big brothers in the building.
Mm.
Give us a minute. We coming. Y'all know what time it is. One Nation. Raider Nation. Huh? Yeah, fuck with us. Hello.
You know, and Pete Carroll coming is important to, you know, in many ways, because he's a legacy coach. You know what I mean? We was talking the other day, and he's a legacy coach. His legacy is at stake. You know, not that it's at stake, but it means something to him. He's not just coming in to play around and collect a check. He can stay retired. He don't have to do this. So coming back means, you know, is an opportunity to put more on his legacy, but also he's not about to play around with it. You know what I mean? He's not about to play around with the opportunity nor his legacy. And then you got Money Lynch in whatever capacity that he's around there. His energy is going to be something that contributes. And you better believe they're going to utilize that in whatever way it best suits a winning attitude. So you got all those things. And hey, by the way, Marshawn Lynch is a winner. He's a champion. You forgot that ring.
That's another ring. That's 12.
Should be 13.
Listen,
they owe him one.
Listen, man. And when Pete Carroll was giving his press conference, all you heard in the background was Raiders. One person. That was Money.
And they welcome it. Pete Carroll welcomes it. That's like having his dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is what we're doing. And he got to steer the ship. But all those different personalities and energies each bring something that can help this organization go the right way.
Hey, man, I can't wait to see what we do next year. I can't wait to see what the draft do. They say we might bring Russell Wilson in. They say Russell Wilson might be our quarterback. I ain't really super high on Russell Wilson, but as a bridge quarterback for a cheap $2 million a year, because Denver's still paying him $90 million. So we ain't got to pay him nothing. Pittsburgh paid him $1 million. We can pay him 1.52. Let him come in there and do what he do, because Denver's still on the hook for the rest of his contract. So come on with it. You know what I'm saying? And then this is the best part. Pete Carroll said, I don't give a fuck if we pay you $10 million, $100 million, or $40 million. If you ain't the best player, you're not getting on the field.
Yeah, straight up.
That's competition. When Pete Carroll came, that shit said, "Come Pete." That's it. and it's the big C-O-M. It was C, big C, little O-M, little O-M, and then the big P, E-T-E. So it's Come Pete with Pete standing right there with some bubble gum. Come on with it, man. We finna go crazy with this thing.
Yeah, so shout out to the Raiders. I wanted to give my brother his opportunity to educate y'all on those moves being made. And what do they say about the Raiders? Once
a Raider, always a Raider.
When the Raiders is playing,
yeah. When the Raiders is playing good, the NFL is better. When the Raiders is a good team, the NFL is better. Yeah. You know, we the villains of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes the Raiders. They didn't like Al Davis. Listen, another education tool. If it ain't for Al Davis, the NFL don't look the way it looks.
Yeah.
It was the AFL and just the NFL.
Yeah.
Al Davis put that shit together and was the Maverick.
Pioneer.
The Maverick. That's what they call him, the Maverick. The man in black. He better than Johnny Cash for us. Yeah. The man in black with the slick and that little laugh. Come on with it, Al.
A mobster. And that's why it's called the 6ix9ine mob, where they used to do the tailgating on the street on 69th, right there up the street from the village.
Hey, one of my cousins, man, he was telling me the other day, he was like, I want to get some people on y'all show. And he was like, I got a lot of people that he was saying I got a lot of people that he be turning on to us or whatever that he want us to get on here. He wanted to tap in with it to see how to get them on. And and I had thought about an old story. I ain't really no story, but I thought about when I used to kick it with, when we all used to hang out together. It used to be me, JD, Terrell, Brandon, Frank, Mike, and Jasmine. Now, some of y'all ain't gonna know half of these names. It's okay, but
just enjoy the story.
Yeah, but Brandon, the reason I say the story is because, and Frank, you know what I'm saying? Mike, you remember Mike because they used to call him Cripple Mike.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
Cripple Mike?
yeah.
Right. Now Brandon, y'all want to know him as Brandon because he goes by something different nowadays. He goes by the name Beta Weeda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
hey, other partner, shout out to you saying y'all related?
Frank.
Oh.
Frank. Beta.
That's my partner. That's my like DJ Fresh. That's my other partner. Shout out to Beta with it. Shout out to Brandon, man. Shout out.
Hey, Beta. No, me and Beta. We used to be at Beta House when Beta. I don't even know if he still stay over there. He probably don't no more. Right around the corner from St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Before Beta started rapping, he wasn't always rapping. Beta was just making the beats. Yeah. And so we'd go over there and we'd start, and we'd be on the, it used to be, we'd get over there and we'd be rapping. Beta had his mom's be at work, his little brother would be outside or in the other room or something, but Beta, I have the little, kind of little setup like this in the room. You know what I'm saying? And he'd get in there and make the beats, and we'd get in there and start spitting. And then we'd get back to the house and we'd start rapping. And that's where I think the first song I did with Beta was called The Definition of a Mobster. And or In the Name of the Mob. And then me and Beta start battle rapping like old school partners, man. You know what I'm saying? That was all me, Frank, Beta, JD. I don't know where Jasmine and them at now, but man, shout out to y'all folks, man.
Yeah, no, straight up. Yeah, I remember when Beta came to the high school and all that, and that's how I met him. But yeah, man, shout out to them. Where was you going with the story?
Nowhere. I just want to say what's up to my partners. Because Frank, because my nigga Frank be watching. Because they be watching, so this is my way of saying what's up to Frank. Frank, what's happening? Plugging in my partners too, plugging in the rest of them. That was a little squad back then.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, that was all. I wasn't going nowhere with the story.
I was waiting for a story to come, and then you
I got stories to tell, but I ain't gonna tell them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but not my partner.
That's what we did.
Yeah. Hey, Beta, if you watch this show, nigga, come on here.
You said who?
I said Beta.
Oh, we can get him on too. Yeah, maybe we get him and Fresh on at the same time.
At the same time, man. Look, we trying to put all the niggas that then came up.
Yeah.
And we didn't watch y'all grow and watch y'all success, man. We trying to give y'all flowers, man, and y'all can give us some of y'all supporters and help our following grow too.
Yeah, no, straight up. You had mentioned, I know we got some topics to get to. We'll get to them. We kind of freestyling right now. You in your, when you was talking, you mentioned my members appreciation party. Thank you to everybody who came out, and everybody who's a member, even the members that didn't make it out, because I have members that's not just in the area, that's in other countries and other states, and even those who are in state that wasn't able to make it out for whatever reasons. I appreciate y'all. And even former members who are no longer members, I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? So this was
kicking members out, nigga?
Huh?
You be kicking members out?
I used to do it. Like I had to slow down. I used to tell people, this is not for you. This is not the program for you. So you need to go ahead and get on. And my big cousin was telling me like, hey man, how you gonna build your business, brother?
Keep kicking everybody out.
But I'm mindset, you know what I mean? Train the brain and the body will follow. So I would, be, for lack of a better term, evaluating people's mindset and their coachability. And I knew what I was building and what my brand was, and it wasn't just like everybody else's. So long story short, I would see that people wasn't there, but I had to learn how to improve myself, what I was doing wrong, so that I can give people a better chance to grow into what they needed to get from me, not just being so quick to say, get up out of here. You know what I mean? But no, people move or whatever. So former members, but this was our 3rd annual members appreciation party. This was a rooftop event. We had a live singer, which is also our yoga instructor. Shout out to her, Robin. And then we had a DJ, we had food. We had the chef there who actually made the food, also was like serving the food and stuff. So it was a real cool environment. This was the first time we had Dress to Impress. I always wear sweatsuits. So we had Dress to Impress. Everybody kind of dressed up. I wore my suits. That's what Casey was talking about. And everybody, and my son wore one of the suits too by me. And Casey will definitely be at the next members appreciation party.
I'm still in my feelings.
Remember?
I'm still in my feelings. You said I ain't a member.
Nah, he'll definitely be at the next one. We have them every January, so next January, and then we also working on doing retreats and stuff, like I mentioned when Sanaa was on here. But yeah, man, that's the members appreciation party, annual members appreciation party. I do, and anybody knows I do as much as I can to give back to everybody. So
my nigga P was handing out smoothie shots.
So that's my own. I started. I made it in the kitchen about 5 years ago. It's called Mass Milk. We actually was talking about it like 2 episodes ago. My mom had mentioned it in the chat, but yeah, Mass Milk. And so what I'm doing now is every time somebody tastes it, they be like, "Man, what? That taste? You know, the taste is the taste catches them off surprise by surprise. Like they like, damn, I wasn't expecting it to taste that good." So what I'm doing now is just doing like live taste tests, and I took the opportunity at the member appreciation party to record people true response. Like I just poured it and pressed record. You know what I mean? Gave them a sip, press record, and whatever they was gonna say, they was gonna say. So, yeah. But
yeah, I sure didn't get no invite.
I just gave you your formal.
Yeah, you did now, nigga. I wanted to go to that one, nigga. You could have invited me, this nigga right here. But hey, listen, P, I was having a conversation with somebody today. I'm finna. Let me tell you something. I remember I told him to give you a trigger warning.
I don't need the warning. What's up?
No. Listen, so I was having a discussion today about this. You know, we fathers. So when I it's kind of hard for me not to defend fathers. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for me not to defend a father. So it was a story that came out today. I don't know if you heard about it, but a lady got arrested because they found her 2-year-old under the dresser, dead. And they said that that the girl had rigor mortis. She said that she seen the baby choking and tried to bring the baby back, but the baby was dead. So they came, right? And they said, no, the baby was already went through rigor mortis. You know, the baby's hard already, you know? And they said, well, the baby rigor mortis, it takes a while for the body to go into rigor mortis. And so they start asking the question on what this baby had to be dead longer than that. So what's been going on? So the lady finally told the truth and said, I don't be here. I'll be at my dude house. So she has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So she leaves the kids at home and go to her dude house and leave the kids at home. So she says she comes home once a day or every couple of days and she feeds the kids. And then she goes back to her dude house. A 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. She leaves them at home and goes to her dude house. And the baby, and they said when they found the baby that the baby vaginal area was swelled up, right? She said sometimes she would come home, the baby would have feces on her hand. The house was a mess, right? And the house was a mess, and the baby had feces on her hand. And she'll feed the babies, change the diapers, and she'll leave. They said it wasn't sexual assault, right? Because again, it's a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. But she would leave the diaper on the little girl so long that it would break her out and swell her up down there, right? And leave the girl in the diaper for 2 days. And I'm thinking in my head, damn, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So the person I was talking to said, this got to be a goofy broad and a goofy ass nigga. Cause nigga, why you ain't asking about them kids? And it made me mad. That's what made me mad. That triggered me. Cause I said, wait, how the fuck you blame the nigga? This ain't his kids. You don't know what the fuck she's telling this dude. Why the fuck is you leaving a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old at home anyway? You know what I'm saying? But that be the problem. A lot of women, they always, I don't want to say a lot, I ain't gonna say a lot of women. Motherfuckers be want to project the shit off on the dude like that was the dude's fault. This ain't the dude's fault. This that nasty ass woman fault. Why the fuck is you leaving your kid? You got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Because here's the thing, as a dude, nigga, I ain't really finna be asking about your kids like that. If I'm trying to knock you down, I'm trying to knock you down and go about my business. So I'm gonna assume, since you ain't bringing your kids with you, that they with your parents or the nanny or whatever the fuck you got going on to come over here. But you are coming over to this man's house, leaving your kids at home for days at a time to go over here to get some Peter and leaving a 4-year-old. And I don't even know how you even walk out the door with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old in the house and don't, bitch, what? Why? And then what she was told, so it came out later that the house was filthy, that she was telling the dude said he seen the kids once or twice. She brought them over once or twice. And she brought them over once or twice, and that he thought they were staying with the nanny. He thought they were staying with the nanny because this is what she telling him. This heifer is going to work and going to her dude house and leaving a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old in the house. What made me mad was the fact that this person who I was arguing with said this goofy ass nigga, and that immediately pissed me off because what the nigga got to do with it? How did he even get brought into this? Because how many times as men we done had a female come through? Nigga, I'm not asking about your goddamn kids. I don't give a fuck, man. Them ain't my kids. If this ain't even my. The question that you should have asked is where them kids' daddy at. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shit pissed me off. Pissed me off all the way bad. But before I go into it, what you thought about that, Pete? What I just told you? Trigger warning?
Yeah, that so you said when you started off that topic, what did you call the lady? What was her title? Did you say a woman? Did you say a mother? What was the title that you
I
gave?
didn't give her no name. A goofy bitch. Dumb asshole.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Under the jail, bitch. Yeah. That motherfucker. Cause who the fuck?
That's disturbing, and it's unfortunate that people have children that shouldn't have children. And that story is an example of an individual that shouldn't have children. It's really just that simple. It's a disturbing example of an individual that represents individuals that shouldn't have children. And there are a lot of them that are out there, and there's truly something wrong. Like there's truly something wrong. So it's disturbing because the individual is disturbed. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
My mind went, I don't know why my goofy ass mind gonna think this shit. Cause the first thing went to my mind, what she look like? I wanted to know, is she like a bad? Does she look good or is she ugly? Like, I don't know why my mind go there, but my mind always go to person looks. And I was like, yo, send me the picture. What she look like? And they sent me the picture, and I'm thinking automatically after, gotta be white. Because we don't do shit like that. And I got the picture. And no, nigga. It was her. It was one of her. It was one of us. And
well, one of us, it was
she was a person of color.
With connection, yeah.
Yeah, and she was on there doing the hood rap poses and shit. And I said to myself, yeah, the hoe gotta be retarded.
Yeah. And
I don't even want to call it. Let me. I don't want to take it back, but I want to kind of take it back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to call it a hoe if she's retarded. You know what I'm saying? But something got to be wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? Something got to be wrong with her. But she ain't a 4-year-old and a 2-year. How do you even walk out? Where the fuck was the neighbors? Y'all don't hear a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old in here crying?
Nah, it's disturbing, bro. It's just disturbing. There's no other way, and that person is disturbed. To even operate like that is disturbing, and that person is disturbed. That is very disturbing, and that person was disturbed. And not everybody should have children.
And she over there fucking. So I bet she had enough. I bet she was trying to get pregnant again. She finna get pregnant again. She probably sitting in that jail pregnant right now. Nasty motherfucker. A 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. How did you even? You nasty motherfucker. They should beat your ass in that jail. And the baby is under the dresser.
Yeah.
You came home and said you go home once a week or every couple of days and you feed them once a day. and change their diapers. This is a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. How do you even walk out the house?
Yeah, it's not a cat or something. Yeah.
Fuck, even my dog. I got to come back to the house to make sure my dog is out.
They're not goldfish. Nah, that's just. But you know what, man? That's just a disturbed individual, and it's people really have mental issues, and that's all that is.
Yeah. Hey man, listen. They said that the dresser fell on her. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, God, we gotta do better as a people.
No, hell no. No. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Hell no. That ain't got nothing to do. When you say a people, I hope you ain't talking about the people that look like you and I, because that ain't got nothing to do with us. Fuck no.
So you ain't taking no responsibility and no accountability on that.
That's a person that is disturbed, and that ain't a representation of nobody that's like you or I.
Yeah, because nigga, why? A 4-year-old and a 2, that shit irks me.
Sick individuals in the world, they come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. But when a mentally disturbed, sick individual do some mentally sick shit, it is no way attached to a culture of individuals by any means, because my mind don't work like that.
That should make you want to just run up and punch her in the face one time. I ain't gonna lie, just bow. Why would you do that? Like, how did you walk out the house and go start your car and know that you got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old in the house and leave? You nasty bitch. And then go lay your ass on your back, eating food, taking showers, getting up, going to work, watching Law and Order SVU, you Netflix and chilling while your children over here dying. And you laying your funky ass up under somebody trying to talk about I'm with my boyfriend.
Mentally disturbed.
Mentally. Remember when I texted this morning, I told you, man, it was a trigger warning because I was mad when I was texting you that shit. Like, God damn, this bitch got to be the dumbest motherfucker. Anyway, but we can go off of this topic now because I don't want to be mad. What you had sent me today, Pete? Bosses, niggas be acting like bosses.
I think I said something before that.
Oh, you did you? You said niggas be acting like bosses.
Well, first of all, what I said was I was hurry up and getting my thoughts out, and I gave you the politically correct one, and I noticed you keep going. I noticed you keep. Now, what I sent something the other day. Oh, here we go. It was on Monday. I sent those who grew up in the hood often talk about hardships and parenting situations that were also at times hard. But what about the great things we were taught that separates us from being like everybody, those that lack true moral character? So, I train, my business is in the suburbs. You came to my fitness studio. You saw the location where it's at, and I'm in both areas and I know them very well. I know the hood, I know the suburbs, I know them both very well, right? And one thing I start to notice is that it's easy to like condemn people from the hood, and even people that come from the hood often talk about, like even rappers, they talk about the hardships, everything that's hard about it. But, you seldom hear people speaking on the things that's right in front of your face that is like unwritten rules or unsaid guidelines that make you, for lack of a better way of saying it, better than the average individual that didn't grow in these circumstances because they wasn't taught them same core values, them same, standards. Like, for instance, we was talking a while ago about people playing in your face, basically being fake. You know what I mean? People be like, don't be being fake. If you don't fool with somebody, you don't fool with them. If you do, you do. Like, and not that people from the hood don't have some of these characteristics, like being so-called fake or not standing on what they say and saying what they mean. But what happens in the hood is people will check you on it. A parent, a brother, or somebody else. It's not left alone. It's not okay. It'll be addressed, and then people will act accordingly, carry themselves accordingly. Like people want to have a character that represents, like people be like, nah, dude, cool. He stand on his word, or he's solid, or he a player, or she cool. She don't be in no mess. But in the suburbs, though, all that goes out the window. It all goes out the window. The majority of people, their whole programming is about being fake and phony to each other. They like, that's how they thrive. They thrive on being fake and phony with each other, talking badly about people who they say is their best friends, and doing things that are underhanded, trying to cheat each other and being conniving. They thrive on being fake, phony, and unloyal. And it goes unchecked. They just keep moving until they come across a person who comes from those type of standards and say, wait a minute, I don't get down like that. And that's not what we are going to do. So we about to have a real conversation and a sit down, because I see how y'all move, but that's not how I was raised. That's not how I get down. So me being in these two environments, it starts to, you know, made me aware, like, God don't make no mistakes, right? And you are better served to yourself as you grow into wherever you're going to, with the things that equip you to be solid, the things that equip you to have set standards, that when you see them in somebody else, you automatically recognize it, even though they wasn't even raised by your parent. It have to be in your household, but you know, like when they say real recognize real, that this person knows to operate and abide by these same standards without even having to say anything. And they know what it is to be checked if they don't. But in the suburbs, people act as if this is something that they've never been taught or learned. And so when I wrote that, I wanted to say, you know, basically, we always talk about the hardships, but it's a lot of things that coming from humble beginnings, coming from the hood, that made us better individuals than the average individual. And when we learn to utilize those gifts even more, we can build even more on them and stop focusing so much on the things that were hardships, but the things that made us better than the average individual, because they were not taught those. They don't really have a solid foundation. We have a foundation, but it's just covered up by so much of everything else that's easy to talk about. And it's manipulated to make our minds really focus on that. But we got a lot of great solid qualities, and when you use them, you can take them and be above and beyond the average individual who hasn't been taught those same things. So, yeah, that was my reasoning for texting that. But what's your thoughts?
Hold on, Faye. Hold on. I think, you know what I think? I think the suburb produces a lot of fake gangsters. I think the suburb produces a lot of fake gangsters.
But it's not just the women too that
it's the women too. It's the women,
and the females is worse in the suburbs than the dudes is, but the dudes are too.
You know, here's the thing. Some people are niggas begin. Oh, y'all niggas from the suburbs. Y'all nigga, I like living in the suburbs.
Me too.
I'm gonna keep it 100, nigga. I don't want nigga. I grew up with the gunshots and the police sirens and that shit with drunken bars everywhere. Remember that shit? We grew up in that.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So when you come to the suburb, you like, nigga, I'm chilling. Nigga, I ain't got to worry about no gunshots. Nigga, the schools is good. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you get them people who act like, nigga, oh, I was in the trenches. Nigga, shut up, nigga. What the fuck does the trenches look like to you? You know what I'm saying? It was one. I ain't gonna say this nigga name. I used to work with this dude. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna say cool dude though, cool dude. But every time I talk to the nigga, he always say some shit like this. Ah, nigga, I was out there, I would steal your bike, nigga. I would do this. And I was like, oh yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. And we was talking, and it was some random ass shit. I was like, hey, I think we were talking about the 5 Heartbeats or something. Like, nigga, you watch the 5 Nigga, everybody ain't gotta watch the 5 Heartbeats. You watch The Last Dragon? Nigga, everybody ain't seen no goddamn Last Dragon. And see, to me, these is little hood movies that we grew up watching. Electric Boogaloo and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when you tell me you didn't watch shit like this, you
yeah,
already done told on yourself to me.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, why you? I don't like. Here's the thing: if you've done enough, if you've seen enough, you don't want to see it at this age.
Fake and phony.
So yeah, so when niggas be coming out just hella too hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nigga too hard and niggas be lying and backstabbing and shit. Like, nigga, listen, bro. Hey man, I'd rather kick it by myself anyway.
yeah,
That's why, nigga, my circle is pinhole. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? The pinhole is small because not everybody is for you, nigga. But what if they talk about Jesus, they gonna talk about you? You know what I'm saying? I don't really pay too much attention no more to, because a lot of these niggas is fake. A lot of niggas is fake. A lot of niggas is gonna snake you. A lot of these, yeah. The females, yeah, you know, you get them suburban chicks. I like them too though. Them be my favorite ones. Go ahead and be gangster, little gangster boo.
But
Cause
even
you,
on the business side though, not friendships.
yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, cause you know a real hood female. Like all the suburban shit that they be doing and all that shit that they do. Nah. When you know gangster females for real, the motherfuckers with the real gold teeth, not the shit that y'all trying to do. The motherfuckers who really riding around in the scrapers with the blunts. The motherfuckers that's really gonna get out there and beat your ass. The motherfucker with you know the real ones.
Yeah,
You know the real. I know them. I know
yeah,
you know them.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the shit that we see now. Not the lottos. Not the lottos or the who Nicki Minaj is not that. Not none of that shit y'all see on TV. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that's for real that you see out there on the block. That's really pushing. That's really doing their thing. Y'all, nigga, you know something just like I know something. Nigga, I used to hustle for a female. Nigga, back
Yeah,
nigga on green side. But I'm gonna leave that out. That's a whole nother story. But
yeah,
so we know when you know when niggas is faking and when niggas ain't, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll just let a motherfucker live their life. Hey, be you.
yeah,
Whatever work for you, be you.
yeah,
Just keep me out of it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That C-Bell said Five Heartbeats is the greatest movie ever.
You better fucking know it.
Yeah, but you know, being fake doesn't only relate to being hood or not hood. Being fake means being like when we was talking about playing in people's face, like being one way, pretending to be authentic and have an authentic relationship or something with an individual. But as soon as that individual is out of your presence and you're around someone else, they're around someone else, they speak as badly as they can about that person. They say, oh, I love you. This is my partner. This is my friend. This is my colleague. This is my bestie. And they introduce themselves like that. But as soon as that person is out of their sight, they do their best to try to talk bad on their name or sabotage opportunity for that individual or talk about their children or their business or their brand. So that's what I mean by being fake. Saying one thing or portraying something that's not really real. And in the suburbs, it's a epidemic of that, where people pretend to be friends or pretend to be colleagues or pretend to be supporters of each other. But really, they're the first people to tear each other down.
I mean, you can't
Yeah,
look at it like that though. You know, I'm gonna be solid with you, Pete. When you see shit like that, that's business. That's business 101. Fake it till you make it. It
no,
ain't
no,
what you know. It ain't what you know. It's who you know. You know what I'm saying? I get what you saying though, nigga. You know, nigga play in your face. Be say they cool in your face and shit like that. Then as soon as you go, they be talking bad about you. That nigga just looking. They looking for their next opportunity. But the problem is they don't know how to go about their business and get what they trying to do without bashing somebody else.
I
That's
give
the
you a
problem.
real example.
Go for it.
I give you a real example.
Go for it.
I've had people, because this is what I do, but I have people come in and say, oh, I want my friend to come in and train with you. This is my best friend, right? And I meet them, they even calling their kids uncles and aunties and all that, right? And they say that, and they always at their house eating dinner, they on the Christmas cards and all this. And then they start training, right? And they training at different times. But then the person who introduced me to these people, every time they come in now, they be like, now all of a sudden oh yeah, so-and-so really isn't a good person. Hold on, wait a minute. What? They was just out on your Christmas card and you brought them in. You brought them in here. Yeah. And then try to get you to buy into like, yeah. So did you see the thing and and try to get you to buy into the gossip and start talking about this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah, what do you think about that? Watch this. Let me show you. Yeah, don't trust anything they say. Don't trust anything they say. Wait a minute. I thought this was your kid's God check. Like, so if you are moving in the suburbs, I guess this is my message. If you are moving in the suburbs, you shouldn't trust nobody anyway. But when people come to the suburbs, it looks nice. It looks clean. It looks wealthy. People have money and they throw money and spend a lot of money. But really what people be doing when the more money they spend, they're trying to buy you. And if they can't buy you, then they try to tear you down. So it looks clean, but the suburbs in many instances is dirtier than the hood. Because at least you get face value. You know what it is up front. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing. And you understand? Like they hiding behind the clean streets. They hiding behind all of these things when it's really, if you just peel it back a little bit, that shit more grimy than the hood. And if a person ain't careful, that shit you can find yourself being like one of them or being targeted by one of them. So you got to know how to move and you got to use what you learned from the hood to move correctly.
You know, I live in a suburb, and you know everybody come down here and they go to Atlanta. Me, I don't even like Atlanta, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I like where I'm at. Everybody be saying I gotta go down there. I don't like Atlanta. I be saying, hey, I got nice shit over here by me, and I'll do the nice shit over here. But the food tastes better. My son does this all the time. My son grew up in the good parts. I pride myself on making sure that he grew up on the good parts. He wants to be in the bad parts. But when I took him on the visit home, he hopped on the phone and said, Mom, this shit is ghetto. Nigga, which one you want? See, that's because you think the suburbs is ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. That's okay. Because if this is where you find this is what you call horrible. And I don't really see no difference between the ghetto and I don't even want to say the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Because all the shit ghetto. I don't see no difference in the suburbs and the project. Because where we're at, we're going to bring our own culture anyway. So it's going to be backstabbing, snaking, thieving. This shit, it's all the same. It goes hand in hand, no matter where you at. In the workplace, out the workplace, friendships, outside of friendships, relationships. Backstabbing, it's well, damn, they smile in your face, they want to take your place. Backstabbers. It always, if they're not talking about you, not doing something right. And for the people who do what you just said, bring somebody in and then talk about them, I like them kind of people. I do. And I know you're going to say why. I'm going to tell you why. Because you showing me who you are. You know what I'm saying? Once you show me who you are, then I know how to treat you. And then I'm going to judge this person that you just told me about accordingly, but you just made my antennas go up. So now I know how to look at them, and I'm still going to judge them off of how I feel about them. But now I know that you're this person, and I'm going to watch for this with this person, so I know how to move accordingly with all of them. So I welcome information. So I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? As far as you got to be careful and don't trust nobody. But shit, trust the motherfucker to be them. So when they come and they start giving you that information, hey, receive it, believe it, judge it for yourself, for the person, and then move accordingly with all the people that you deal with. But if they bring you the person and they bring you some money, shit, I appreciate you. I needed that bread. Now I'm going to judge this person for myself. I'm still going to collect your bread, man, because everybody's going to talk about everybody. And you just got to, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what they say. People talk about me all the time. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I'm going to do me.
You know, but see, and yeah, you're right. Exactly. That's kind of my point.
Yes, sure.
That's kind of my point too. When a person does that, they're showing you who they are.
Right.
And to make a decision though, do you have the capacity to tolerate those type of people being around you?
Absolutely.
See,
absolutely.
To a certain extent, but no. There's scenarios where, speaking for myself, I have a limit to that. I got a limit to the fake shit.
Mm-hmm.
Money can't buy that from me.
Mm-hmm. But you don't have to, just because you got a limit to it, you're gonna deal with it regardless. No matter who everybody's fake to some capacity. So it don't matter how much you can take, because you ain't got to deal with it. You deal with it in the capacity that you're able to handle it, and then you move forward from it. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. They come out me and they be, oh, we've been talking on. Okay, I'm gonna take the information. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna go on by my day.
Yeah, it's you know, maybe it hasn't been experienced at the level that I'm talking about it by everybody. Because like I see C. Bell said, some suburbs are being taken over by low income. That is true, but that ain't what I'm talking about. And maybe I'm not explaining it the right way. But we're not talking about individuals that are struggling. We're talking about wealthy, very wealthy individuals.
You talking about backstabbers, right?
In a sense, yes. But we're talking about very wealthy individuals. They ain't struggling in no means.
Money don't make you not a backstabber, though.
No, exactly. Right. It doesn't. But what I'm saying is, money doesn't make you a person I have to deal with either.
Right.
And people think, especially when they come in from the hood, just because these people have money and that it looks good, that it's okay to deal with these things. And for me, personally speaking, I feel like that's fake. I feel like it's fake to throw your morals and your standards out the window because how much money somebody got.
I mean, if it ain't in your pocket, then don't change who you is. But money don't change a person or make a person no different. Money just amplifies who a person is. You know what I'm saying? So if they was a snake, broke, they're a snake when they just more of a snake when they get money. Money don't make them a snake. They was a snake before they had money. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with people accordingly, and that's how you handle it. You deal with that person accordingly. And if you see you train. You train, and pretty much, I'm driving, so I deal with a lot of personalities too, right? So I hear a lot of shit just like you do. The thing is,
there you go, CC. See, trying to fit in and kiss people at. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, people are trying to change who they are to fit in because they feel like, oh, the suburbs is this, and oh yeah, so now they start to lose their integrity because so and so has this money, and people know it. They smart. They'll make it look glamorous to make you tap dance to them, and people don't even be knowing they be losing themselves because of money.
And so you saying money changing people?
No, I'm saying that people who have money are people who have money that operate in these areas don't have ethics, and people who come from the hood don't even recognize the grounded ethics that they have because they're so focused on getting money. And when they get to certain levels around certain people, if you're paying attention, you can see clearly that these people don't have the same grounded morals and character that you have. They just have money. And people have been taught that when you come from the hood, because it don't look like money, that everything that is taught here is hard. But a lot of it is some of the best stuff that a person could ever get, because it's not about money. It's about character and who you are. You're taught to operate a certain way, whether you know it or not, because where you come from. But a lot of these individuals who come from money, not got it all of a sudden, but that come from money and be around money, they don't have those same grounded ethics, moral codes. That shit is not even a thought for them. It goes out the window. They don't operate in that space. The things that you and I know without even having to speak about it. You understand? Like, if I'm doing some shit that you know is out of pocket, you gon' with however you go about it, at some point you go tell me, like, P, you my partner, bro, I can't let you do that. Mm-hmm. A motherfucker in the suburbs gon' act like it's all good when you doing that shit, and then talk about you behind your back. but they're supposed to be your folks. So we have a moral code that we were raised by. And a lot of it comes because we came from the hood. And I see these individuals that's raised in the suburbs, they're not being raised with those moral codes. They don't have that substance, that character. So when you get into those areas and you get into them different tax brackets, don't lose your character.
Right.
Don't lose your morals. And don't feel like you have to rub elbows with individuals just because they got money and no character.
So really what you're saying pretty much is, and take the hood out of it, because I know you keep saying the hood, you're putting the hood in it, but it don't matter about the hood or where you're from. It's just character.
Absolutely. But what I want to give credit to the hood. So that's why I'm saying it. And I think it's getting lost. I'm giving credit to the hood because almost everybody I can think of, I don't give a fuck what they did as a I don't give a fuck if they sold drugs. I don't give a fuck what they did when they was in the hood. Most people that I can think of off the top of my head, no matter what they may have did wrong, most individuals that came from the hood have a set standard code that they at least know exists. And even when they don't operate on it, somebody else from the hood will let them know that that's not okay. That
the
shit
standard.
goes unchecked in the suburbs.
I get you. When you say raise, do you mean children, to their children? See, Bill said when you say raise, do you mean to their children?
Their children be fucked up too.
So I'm understanding. People have fucked up character flaws, and it's not being checked in one area, but it's being checked in another area.
Yes.
So then I would like to think that's pretty much the circle that person put themselves into. That means you just got to change the circle or the network of people that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Change the network of people that got the characteristic that you're looking for and that you want to be around. You know what I mean? Because if not, then if you're around this group and you're not comfortable there, or you're not comfortable in that situation, I mean, you got to change that whole environment. I mean, you're in the wrong environment. Because sometimes where the people, the circle that they're in, maybe that's their group. Maybe they're used to that and they think you coming in to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to give it to you. Hey, man, you know, whoop, whoop, whoop.
They not comfortable in it, AC.
Huh?
But they not comfortable in it.
Yeah, they probably not comfortable.
They fake it.
They're going to fake it till they make it. And that's a real statement. Fake it till you make it. And they want to fit in. You got to realize this too, P. A lot of motherfuckers is insecure. A lot of motherfuckers is insecure. A lot of motherfuckers don't have friends. A lot of these people was bullied. A lot of these people they feel alone or left out. So they do whatever they can to fit in.
Yes.
And if that means that this is what they got to do to fit in, let them have that. You know what I'm saying? Now you and me, we may be like, yeah, I'm not fucking with that nigga, man. That nigga on some other shit. And that's cool. But see, this is the thing. We learned, and as individuals, you have to learn to say, that ain't for me. I'm gonna step back and let y'all have that. And that's okay because everything's not for us. What I say all the time, I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody. And if this person, if they got to fake it to make it, hey, let them do what they got to do to get through their day.
Time where you would have to let somebody know that though.
If I really fuck with them, like if me and you and some other group that we can rock with.
What if your character is being
assassinated? Then we address the situation.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right. I pull that person to the side. Hey man, come here, man. I don't like what you're doing, brother. You know what I'm saying?
But why do you do that? Based on what?
Because you're lying on me, or you're trying to downplay, or you assassinated my character. I stand on who I am, because if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? So if this is my character though, so I'm going to check it. And you saying what you said, and I get what you're saying, is going unchecked in certain areas, but that goes on the individuals who are in that circle that's not checking it. And that's that person who's going to fall for anything because they're not standing for something. But that don't mean if you come from the hood or not. That means your characteristic, the characteristic of you, your moral compass. What do you stand for? And if you stand for something, then you will say, hey, man, hey, look here. Come talk to me for a minute.
Yes.
This ain't cool. And what you're doing right now, man, we're going to either have to run it, or we're going to talk about it. What my nigga Goldie say? We can handle it like we got some class, like we gentlemen.
Is due where credit is not often given.
Right.
More people than not that will take that stance that you just described usually come from humble beginnings.
Right.
But they don't get
just because you're in the suburb, don't mean your beginnings you're not humble too. Because don't matter where you live at, because sometimes shit, everything that glitter ain't gold. Sometimes be fucked up there too. But I get what you're saying though.
I say humble beginnings, I'm talking about from the hood. That was raised in the streets, that was raised around street shit, that was raised in certain places that people act like they know about but didn't really grow up in. Majority of those people would do what you just said when somebody got them fucked up. They will address it because of their character. Like, hey, I don't know what y'all do and how y'all get down, but
that's what I ain't gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. And we can relate without even having to, right? But that's not a conversation that certain groups of people have. It just continues on.
Right. You just gotta let them people have them. That's why I say, man, like DMX said, man, trust a rat to be a rat, a snake to be a snake, a dog to be a dog. Trust the person to be who they are.
A lot of people don't hold folks accountable.
Exactly. They don't hold their own folks accountable. So a lot of people ain't gonna hold their own folks accountable.
Or
like my sister is one. My sister, man, I hate every episode. I gotta say something about her because I talk to her all the time. That motherfucker gonna say she's a motivator, an encourager, and she get on my damn nerves sometimes too. Cause she'll be like, "But you did it. What you say? What you do? What you do?" She like to hold me accountable, and I hold her accountable. But that's our relationship. It ain't a whole bunch of people that's in our circle. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying but that goes to your circle. You got to put people around you that's not going to be a yes man or somebody that's trying to be
this ass. It's what they can get from and selling their character or looking the other way.
Don't put people around you that's trying to be envious of you.
But people with money like those people. That's also the point. I'm glad.
Yeah, because they want to feel big. They want to feel superior, and they want to make you feel subservient. But that's a person. This is one thing that I learned. I learned this. A black man taught me this. I don't even know this nigga name. But I was trying to work for a telemarketing company, and he said we were scamming people. We were scamming people on the phone.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, we was. I only worked there for one day. And I don't even think I made it the whole day. I went to lunch and didn't come back. But he told me a message. Remember when I tell you somebody to tell you something sometimes and it don't resonate until it do?
Yeah.
You don't pick up what they putting down until it's time for you to pick it up. He said, "Hey man, when you get on this phone, don't sound like you subservient. Man, sound like you know what you're doing. Sound like you're supposed to be doing this." When he said don't, and it didn't register at that moment when he said don't sound subservient, don't sound like you less than. So when you get them collection calls on the phone, they be saying, "You got to give me this." They not call these motherfuckers in debt too, but they call you like nigga, they better than you, like they ain't got no debt. They call you like they're superior to you. You know what I'm saying? Is our visitor in the back there, or they ain't there?
And don't say nobody in here.
All right, well. We had it one day, didn't come. Oh well. But don't let nobody ever feel superior to you. This is where people got to start coming into their own. You gotta stand on who you is, your moral compass. You gotta hold your own value, hold your own standard. What's your code? What is your code? Now I seen Cat Williams did something today, and I'm gonna tell people this because I thought it was something so dope. So people can understand their moral compass. If you can write down everything, all the bull crap that you done been through in your life, the divorces, the breakups, the jobs, the rejections, all that crap that you done been through, the bankruptcies, everything if you can write all that down and you look at all that crap that you done been through and you say, damn, this is a hell of a list. I done been through some shit. But you still here to go still try to make something out yourself and do what you want to do, then you can make it through anything. And that's the compass you got to say, I mean, I done been through worse shit than what you done gave me. So I know I can get through this. So I'm going to stand on this because I done been through some shit that you ain't. So when a person talk about you.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah. But that's what people got to sit up in their own. They got to take that moment with themselves and say, listen, we all, what they call it, a breaking point. We all got to catch that breaking point where that shit just, I don't want no more. Fuck you, 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 fuck. If you keep on throwing out fuck yous, if everybody threw out a fuck you to somebody a day, how many fuck yous would be on the ground? A lot. So sometimes we just gotta throw a lot of fuck yous out there. I know I shouldn't be saying fuck you that much, but sometimes you gotta throw that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? People gonna talk about you. People gonna do this, but you gotta know what you standing on. Stand on your business. Stand on your principle. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sister was walking out of Walmart one day. The man wanted to goddamn check the receipt. My sister said, "You ain't got to let that nigga check your receipt. Keep going." Now, I'm like, man, look at this damn receipt. I'm so used to handing this man this receipt.
We gave these out at the member appreciation party. These TTP.
Don't make me go upstairs and get my pens because I got some. What I might got one there. I don't even feel like looking, but
you lost your thought.
Yeah, but yeah, I did. Why you do that, Pete?
You was at Walmart.
Yeah, we was at Walmart, and my sister, we walking out the store. I'm so conditioned to give the Walmart man my receipt, you know, because they check your receipt at the door. They gonna look and go. My sister said, "You ain't gotta give them that receipt. It ain't even required to give them the receipt. Just keep on walking." I'm like, man, give them that shit. And my sister said, "Shit, if they I said, shit, they gonna be walking and following your ass with the police." She said, "Well, if they do, I'm gonna thank them for giving me an escort." I tell you, she's some bullshit. I said, "See, I love you," but she stands on what she stands on, and she means business when she means it. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna let, no matter if it's me, no matter if it's nobody else, she gonna stand on what she stands on. She stands on her principles. That's her moral compass. You know what I'm saying? So you know what you willing to stand on, and what you willing to let go, and you know,
and no matter where you are, from the hood to the suburbs, from the highest to the lowest, once you have that moral compass, you should be utilizing it, and don't think that money makes people above
superior, right?
Superior in any kind of way, and that your moral compass should dwindle because these people have money. And what you just was saying about the Cat Williams, you know, to sum this up and we can move on. Basically, what I was also saying is that people see the hard times, and it's easy to complain about the hard times, or even like lightweight glorify them in a way that, like, rapping, you know what I'm saying, the hard times, but they don't often talk about the benefits of it.
Say that again.
People see the hard times, and it's easy to complain about the hard times, like how things were hard and troubled, but they struggle to see the benefit in those times. What they learned, how they benefited from coming through those times, and what they can do now going forward. A lot of times people just see what they didn't have or how things were, what they was hoping for and wishing for, but because of the circumstances they was in, these hard times, they a lot of times forget to see how they benefited and then maximize that. Maximize the smallest little the smallest benefit, the smallest skill set that was learned, and then make that something that they grow even bigger than the original hard times were themselves. Even in those hard times, there's something in there that a person can take. It might even be small. It might be super small. Like what they say, like the size of a mustard seed.
A mustard seed, faith.
Yeah. And you take that in that hard times, that benefit that's the size of a mustard seed, and then it grows even bigger than the hard times. So you were able and equipped to come through those times if you're wise enough to look and see the benefit of what you gain. And if nothing else, you are equipped not to go through those things again and maneuver in a way that most people who never had to go through those times have no experience of knowing how to build and grow from there.
But you
where you go.
You go through, you grow through what you go through. So through every hard experience, you're going to grow.
About to bring CC on in a minute.
Huh?
I'm about to bring CC on in a minute. It's like she the only person who understands what I'm saying right now.
She ain't ready because every time I tell her come on, she catting off on me.
Super easy to talk about the negative and stay in that mode, and
of course it is, because we love pity parties.
Reflection on time push you into a posture of gratefulness and thankfulness. It definitely should. Definitely should.
Push you in. Wait. Reflection of those times should push you into posture of gratefulness
Pressure
and
makes
thankfulness.
diamonds.
Yeah. I mean, we all gonna go through shit. We all go through hard times anyway. So you know what I'm saying, man? You just don't sit in the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take the moment, feel it, understand where you at, and then go through it, man. We all done been through a lot worse than where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? We all done been through something a lot worse than where we been at right now, and we just keep on going. We just keep on going, man. Hey, as long as you waking up every day, you got a new start.
Yeah.
You get up, you got a new start. But watch out for the people who talking about you behind your back. Stay away from the fake people, even though it's a lot of them. And hand out fuck yous. I'm handing them motherfuckers out like coupons.
Conversations with individuals, no matter who they are, where they come from. So
Yeah.
you got to be that person that's willing to communicate with people, look them in their eyes, and preferably do it in person, not even just over the phone. And it don't have to be nothing aggressive. You don't even got to talk loud or yell. Have a real solid conversation where there's understanding. Where there was once misunderstanding, you bring understanding with solid communication. And this is something that I stand on. I'd rather have a conversation. I welcome the conversation so there's no misunderstanding. And this don't even mean that we have to reconcile our food with each other, but we do have to have an understanding, and there has to be a conversation because you need to understand what I'm about to tell you and hear what I'm about to say, and I may need to hear what you need to say, but we're gonna have an understanding. I'm not gonna be no punk and just hide behind not wanting to address something when it needs to be addressed. And everything don't have to be addressed, but there are things that do, and it's better to go correct those things and have the conversation than not.
Yeah. Hey, it's just look cloudy in here to me just for some reason.
Now, thing you was talking about when I sent you, I texted quick and you kept going on the unedited version. Edited version I was talking about, and this is not as deep, I guess, as what we was just talking about. But I was like, a lot of people say they are bosses when they are really just well-paid employees.
No, that ain't what he said. Let me get it right the way Pete said it. Pete was angry when he wrote this text to me this morning. Somebody got on that nigga nerves. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said.
This no.
Huh?
The other thing somebody got on my nerves, but this no, I just was getting my thoughts out quick. I didn't want to forget.
That's what he sent me. Niggas be acting like they bosses, but really be high-priced employees. And when I seen it, I knew where that nigga was coming from. I said, yup. Cause niggas be acting like they out here boss. Everybody got boss talk. But I ain't gonna go into it because Pete was in his feelings that day when somebody pissed that nigga off. So Pete, tell me what you was talking about.
Nah, it wasn't even I was more in my feelings about what we were just talking about. If I was in my feelings about anything, this was one of those. I was sitting there. It was almost like I smoked weed or something. Like I was sitting there and it was like an epiphany. Like, what? Everybody be running around because it sound good to say they a boss. Everybody want to say they a boss, and they say it. And then people start getting it misconstrued and believing that people are bosses because they got money. We talking about money a lot today, huh? They got money and they think
manifestation, nigga. Manifest it. Manifest it.
They be talking about money and like money makes them a boss. Money don't make you a boss. You could be a well-paid employee by the boss.
Hello.
They still got to check in. They still got a curfew. They still got a schedule. They still, matter of fact, if the boss stop paying them, when they be talking about people fall off, because they wasn't really a boss.
Man,
they was a well-paid employee. They was a face of something.
You a worker, B, nigga.
But they say they a boss because they got some bread, and people look at them like they got bread. Just because
you know what they do? They get a stack of money. They go get they might have 5, 6, 7, 8 bands, 2 bands, 3 bands, 4 bands, and they get it into the nice little stack. Boss shit. Nigga, do it consistently. Pay the bills consistently because, like I said last, everybody think they're a boss until they realize the boss eat last.
Can
this shit ain't free. Can you cut the check, nigga? Because it costs to be the boss.
Can you cut a check? Can you feed others? Can you lead others?
Keep them lights on. Can you keep the lights on? It ain't about what you got in your pocket because the real ones, nigga, we don't even like to walk around with cash in our pocket like that. now. But nope, you know, everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be the boss. Yeah, it is.
Hold on, what we hard times? I missed this right here. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times.
Hello. I heard that quote long ago. Ooh, you better know it.
Well, now y'all know what I was talking about.
Ooh, you better know it.
I like that.
And that's why, think about it like this is why we hustlers. This is why you see that quote right there? I love that quote. See, Bill, I knew that quote a long time ago. And I'll be trying to stretch it to people. P, you get what that saying? Look at you. Look at who you are right now, P. Look at the man that you are. You know what I'm saying? Look at the man that you are, and look at how you look where you come from. Me too, right? Look at the heart, the humble beginnings.
That's what I'm talking.
To the way you start hustling, you want to go out there and get it, right? So when you start looking at your kids, when you start looking at your kids, right? Your kids may not work as hard, right? I ain't gonna say your kids. I ain't gonna say my kids. I'm gonna say my kids is a little sheltered, but I'm teaching because we teach, right? So the more we give them, and I'm guilty of it. I work so hard that I try to give my kids everything that I didn't have. I try to give my kids everything that I can. When we wasn't getting PlayStations and all the Jordans, I didn't grow up with that. If I wanted some shoes, I was out there trying to hustle to get it. I didn't get my first pair of Nikes until I was in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard time. My kids don't know nothing but Jordans. One day I had my son in the store, and he cried because I couldn't get him no Jordans. But I'm trying to buy shoes for everybody. So, you know, and then I gave him stuff, and I listened to the way my son start acting. I'm watching and listening to how he talking and how he acting. I'm like, nigga, who raised you? Because I know the fuck I didn't teach you this, right? And when I'm watching him, I'm like, damn, this little nigga. What's gonna happen is the kids get spoiled. We spoil our kids, and then they're gonna not have the same work ethic that we have. So their kids are going to have to work harder because they're going to end up. I'm not saying our kids in particular, but this generation. I'm gonna use this generation of kids. Their kids are going to suffer because their mentality is not going to be the same as ours was. So what's going to happen with their kids? Their kids is going to become the hustlers. Who's going to go get it? You get what I'm saying? It keeps on. It's a recurring cycle. What we do for ours, we spoil too much, so ours become weak. Then theirs is going to become strong. I love that saying right there, man. I see it. I watch like, damn. This is why we are who we are, Pete. This is why it's so important what we do and how we act and how we move and the standard that we say, just like you've been stressing, that moral compass, what we stand on. This is why this shit is so important, because the next generation, our kids, we done provided so much. It's like we giving them suburb. We raise suburb. Hood babies raise suburb kids. Watch how this shit ties together. Niggas that come from the hood raise suburb kids because we want to get away from the hard times. So we try to provide a better life so our kids or this generation become fake as shit, snakes, right? And then they're going to create hard times for their kids because they're going to go out here willy-nilly throwing their wieners and hoochie mamas around. They're going to do this shit. They're going to create a whole bunch of kids that they don't want to take care of, right? And then these kids is going to be suffering. And guess who's going to end up raising these kids? Me and you. The parents that we're going to be raising kids that ain't even our kids.
I do have to say there is a world where you can teach a child both if you care to. So it ain't easy by any means. Like teaching a person anything, it's not easy by any means. But yes, well, that's what I was talking about the whole time. The point that I was stressing, what we're collectively understanding now is what I was talking about the whole time. But there is a world where you can take a child and because of your childhood, your where you grew up, you can want better, do better, get better to your child and still let them know to the best of your ability how to operate in areas where you may have grown up and how you grew up. You can teach a child both. It ain't easy, but it can definitely do. And in that way, you have a well-rounded individual. I'll give you an example. I know a family that's super wealthy. They stay next door to E40. I met E40 in person because of these individuals. I'm gonna tell 40 to come over. and they Asian and Caucasian. The wife is Asian, the husband is Caucasian, and their kids is, you know, mixed. And these individuals decided that because how wealthy they are, and they actually, you know, had to grind their way up, but they balling. They own dentistries and all. They balling. But they said they wanted to make sure their kids were well-rounded and they just grow up in this bubble and think that this is how it's supposed to be. So what they did when their kids was young, instead of them playing sports and going to school in the areas where they live, they sent them to play sports and have become best friends. They best friends was kids that was in Oakland and San Leandro. And they were spending the night at their houses. And these parents purposely did that for like years of their life. Right.
Mm.
And then when I would see these dudes, they was moving a little different. They didn't end up coming back after about 4 or 5 years of doing that. They came back and now they were playing for the neighborhood where they live. Right. But they was moving a little bit different. And but they had both sides. And I talked to the mom, and this is somebody I would sit down and have lunch with all the time. And she was one of the people who would give me game on certain things. Like as I was building my business and stuff, she would be like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, Paris. You trying to invent. She was like, let's have lunch. And she would always give me and like mentor me, right? But I asked her, I said, you know why? So why did y'all do that? She was like, because she wanted her kids to have both. And I'm like, yeah, the same thing I'm doing with my son, but just from the opposite side.
Mm.
Right? But I'd never even imagined for 1 second that somebody would think like that coming from that side. So there are solid individuals in the hood, there's solid individuals in the suburbs and everywhere else in between. But you can teach a child both if you pay attention and care to do so. It ain't easy, and you got to make some tough decisions. But that takes courage, confidence, and wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with these kids these days, man, just teach them, you know what I'm saying, what they need to know. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the hood, fuck the suburbs. What you stand on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I teach my kids. One thing I always teach my kids, this is the lesson that I teach my kids. I don't teach my kids to play sports because not all kids like sports, right? My kids ain't really sports players. You know what I'm saying? Do I be wanting them to play sports? Absolutely. Do they want to play sports? No. So as a parent, you know what I'm saying, growing up the way we did, you know, I'll go back to that. You know, what we know is you either playing basketball or football, or you're gonna be out there hustling. This is how this is, or you're gonna get a job, right? This is what we know.
Mm-hmm.
With my kids now, I don't.
Say it again.
You either gonna play sports, basketball, football, baseball, right? Or you gonna sell dope, or you're gonna get a job. This is what we grow up to know, right? And what I try to teach my kids is this: you ain't gotta play football, you ain't gotta play basketball. That's the problem. Everybody want to be a sports player. I teach my kids this: own the team. Try to go do something to own the team. The player's gonna play, the coach is gonna coach, but the owner gonna own. You know what I'm saying? So we so programmed to know these, to limit ourselves. We are limited mentally. We are limited on what we can reach and the potentials that we can reach. And the thing that we have to unlock with ourselves and with our kids, and this is the best thing that we can teach them, is to be unlimited, to make sure that they know that there's no lid, on their life. There's no goal that you can't obtain. There's no reason that you can't be Arthur Blank or Bill Gates or Elon Musk or whoever the fuck they want to be. Be who you want to be. Just because we come from humble beginnings, we're going to say, you know what I'm saying? Don't mean you can't get bigger, because this is why we create these businesses that we do. This is why we get out here. This is why me and you and all the people watching, this is why we hustle. We hustle so we want our kids not to have to hustle. We want to make it better. What we can't do, and I'm not knocking nobody for playing sports, because play sports. If you're good at something, be good at it. But it ain't for everybody. So I just try to teach the other spectrum. You don't have to play. You can own. Try to own it. Be the owner, be the Arthur Blank, be the Jerry Jones, be the Al Davis, be the, I can't think of all the black people because I don't know hella black people that own the teams. Be the Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Be the LeBron James. You can be these people. And this is what I try to teach my kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care if it's a hood thing, if it's a suburb thing, if it's an Alaska thing. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit where you at. Who are you and who are you? Because you got to be you in every environment, whether it's in the hood or in the suburb or in the school or in the jail or in the college or in the store. You still got to be you, just like what you were saying. What do you stand on? What's your moral compass? This is what I try to teach them, that it's unlimited. Be who you're going to be, but know what you're doing it for, know what you're trying to do, and know that there's no limit on what you can be out here. Just keep on going and believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, I'm going to believe in you. And that's where I'm at with it.
So the only thing, this is financial literacy is important, and they should teach it in school.
Absolutely.
This is I was kind of talking about this the other day. So I love everything you said, but the only thing that I don't like, Casey, is when it's an individual like yourself or myself or someone that is even more, that we would look up to for advice. I don't like when people say we have to do something, because when you say, I don't like when you say we are limited. No, we're not, because you just said what you do is the opposite of being limited. You teach kids, so we are not limited. There are people who are limited, and I understand why people say it, but I want people to understand to stop saying that shit, because we are, when people say we as a people, or we have to do this, or we there, and then we're claiming something that people would actually secretly want us to claim, that we are this when we not. Because if you were, you wouldn't have just spoke what you just spoke. What you said that you do, that's who you are, not what people believe who are not you. Not what people who believe who are not you believe you are by label, or what do you call it? By label, right? You just said your approach to raising your children was unlimited. So don't in that statement say we are limited. People are limited, and you're speaking to those people who have been limited to be an example of not being limited. I'm not. We not. There are people who are. And we understand how that comes about because we can relate to their struggle, but that doesn't mean that we part of that motherfucking we. I'm not limited. You are not limited. So in my eyes, in my mind, I want to start to change the dialogue when people feel so comfortable to say, we as a people got to do better, or we as a people. I don't like that, because I feel like people are claiming something that other individuals want them to claim, when you're saying these things, you're actually, or when you're doing the things that you're describing, you're actually showing that you are not that. You are not limited. You are not. So don't dumb yourself down or contribute to an easy narrative. Like when we was talking about the running backs, and I kept giving you a hard time, and people was trying to say running backs is undervalued. That's propaganda. They wanted to push an agenda and get people to buy into it. Well, it's the same thing they do with cultures. It's propaganda. They want people to buy into it, and then it becomes a narrative that's easy to say without even putting deeper thought into why are we saying it. So you are unlimited, not limited, but there are people who may be limited, and we want to help them be unlimited, but we are not those people.
Propaganda. I'm gonna tell you on something real quick, because I just thought about something, and I'm glad you said it. Damn, thank you. Sometimes you would say something, and you bring back something I remember I thought to say. A narrative that they push. Another narrative that they push. I was watching something. I was watching church. I was in church, and they start talking about. Let me ask you this. They're talking about the way they see us, and propaganda and the agenda they push on us. Black on black crime. What the fuck is that? What's black on black crime? What the fuck is that? Right? If a black person kills a black person, well, the chances are a black person is going to get killed by a black person because who are black people mostly around? Black people. The same way a white person is probably going to get killed by a white person, or an Asian going to get killed by an Asian person, or a Mexican is going to get killed by a Mexican person because that's who they're around. But why the fuck do they not say it's white on white crime? It's Asian on Asian crime. It's Mexican on Mexican crime. The only crime that you hear is black on black crime. Why the fuck do y'all say that it's black on black crime? Why are y'all limited us? Why do they limit, or why do they label us and not label the rest of it? There's no such thing as black on black crime.
It's crime.
It's crime. But they want to make, when they use the word black, they want to make it seem bad. They want to make the word black seem evil, right? Black cats, like black cats is supposed to be a bad thing, or this is like some black magic. Like, what the fuck? Who tells y'all this shit? Why? Because they want to, what they say, we 3/5 of a man. How can a man be 3/5 of anything? If you dig a hole 6 feet deep or 1 inch deep, a hole is still a hole. You can't label and try to put one group of people into this little ass box to fit your narrative. And that's what they try to do. And that's what I like to preach to my kids. This is what I like to teach. You know what I'm saying? And just the same thing you were just saying. When I was saying limited, I was saying this is how they program. This is the programming. You know what I'm saying? I knew you knew what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? That was the programming they give it. They try to say, this is all you can do. Fuck that. We can do whatever we want.
And I'm saying too, Casey, that part of the programming that happens on top of that goes unspoken about it a lot is that people will say we are this when they themselves are an example of what it looks like not to be that. But it's part of the same programming.
Right. Words is power, but we use it in the mass.
Yeah. When there are way more people who are an example of how not to be, but then when that person is speaking, giving wisdom, and has an opportunity to speak a different narrative, the programming says to say, we as a people got to do this, or we are. No, you're not. You're an example.
Right. But the reason we use the word we so much is because it takes a community. It takes a community. And that's why even when you use the word we is at the collective, and I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying, because we still limited, right? It's still limits. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're limiting ourselves to this box to only our people. You know what I'm saying? To only black people. And I'm a lot. I don't like half the. I don't give a fuck if you're black, white, yellow, green, blue. I don't like half the people that I encounter. But I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be faking the funk like you were saying earlier. I'm gonna fake it with them. Hey, how you doing, Jim? Good work today. Good seeing you. Got that good golf swing, don't you, buddy? I don't really give a fuck. I'll turn around like, that motherfucker over there, nasty motherfucker, look like he a pedophile. I'll say some shit like that. I don't give a. Hey, P, don't talk to that nasty motherfucker. Hey, how you doing, Jim? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? I don't, because they always think less of us, but it ain't what people think, and it ain't even like you say. We ain't got to say we. It's a me thing. You know what I'm saying? How do I feel about me? Am I comfortable enough to stand in a room with 1 million people or one person or by myself and still be me? Can I teach my kids to be comfortable with them? Can they stand in a room by themselves or with 1 million people and still be them? You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. If there's not a limit, or there's not one thing that we can do, really, we as people are hella creative, but we get so brainwashed by the social medias, by the news feeds, by the clothes that they put out. If you look, it ain't even, people not even original with clothes no more. You gotta buy your own, you gotta down and make your own gear, just so you can be a little bit different. Because if not, you're gonna see everybody wearing the same thing. How many pairs of Jordans you see that's the exact same Jordans? We can go in a club right now, and 37 people got on the exact same Jordans. When they may be different colors, but they're the exact same Jordans because we programmed that this is what we should have. No, be what you're gonna be, do what you're gonna do, and believe in yourself. And that's what I try to teach, and that's what I try to preach. Because you know what it say right there, self-invested. The biggest investment you're gonna make in this life is in yourself. You better believe in you and believe that a rocket scientist, a doctor. I ain't got no PhD. I ain't never I've been to therapy twice. I ain't even finished. But I get out here and I talk to y'all every day because I've been through life. Life like me. Life was my therapy. Do I vent? Hell yeah. Do I get mad? Hell yeah. Do I get sad? Hell yeah. Do I get happy? Hell yeah. Do I get all the emotions that y'all get? Hell yeah. Am I different from y'all? Hell no. Only thing is, I ain't scared to tell y'all about it. I ain't afraid to say the shit that y'all don't want to say. I'm going to say me. This is how I feel. Hey, Pete, can you relate? Yep. All right, shit. Nigga, let's talk about it. shit, let's talk about it. Nigga, shit. That's how we get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And yeah, you know, so a lot of times, I think, you know, for me, fitness is a tool when I'm training somebody, right? To train more than just the physical side of what we're doing in the gym. And something that I'm learning and within that, I ain't gonna go too deep in that, is being intentional. I'm very intentional with the movements we do and how we do it. And I love when I'm coaching someone that understands what we're doing when we're training, being very intentional, and they enjoy it and they get it and they make the mind and muscle connection. And so as we're training in the gym and it's intentional, this training that we're doing right here, what I'm realizing is what I'm saying is be very intentional. The same way that I'm very intentional when I'm in the gym training myself or I'm coaching someone else. We can be very intentional about what we mean, how we deliver it, what we say, why we say it, and the expectations of what we're putting out there can be very intentional. It doesn't just have to be words. It doesn't just have to be, just without intent.
Mm-hmm.
We can be just like in the gym when I say, all right, this is the muscle group you should feel. Do you feel that? Be focused on it. Breathe with your movement. Make sure that you are engaging those muscles. And they go, oh, I feel that. There's purpose and intent. I would like when we have conversations that it's not just general. And even when it's a general conversation, to have more intent with our conversations. People speak so easily and so freely that they often don't really understand the intent of what they're saying or having any intent other than having a conversation. But we can be very intentional with the words that we use and very purposeful, very thoughtful when we speak, that it serves a real purpose in our lives and other people's lives. And then we can call those things best practices. We can think about them ahead of time. We can come up with them on the fly, but we can train ourselves, train the brain, and the body will follow. We can train our brains to operate in that way that when we speak, for the most part, we are training ourselves to be far more intentional than not. And if you think about that, how productive could you be? You're talking about productivity at that point. Being productive, even when in most cases, most people take conversations not to be productive. They're just shooting the shit, as people say. They're just passing time, or they're just trying to engage people for likes and views. But you go far beyond that and be very intentional and purposeful with what you say because it's thoughtful. And you put your thoughts into actions by delivering words that have intent. And then it becomes, people can agree and say, you know what? That's a best practice. So now this thoughtful word that came out your mouth becomes an action that's also filled with purpose and intent. And then when you take that thoughtful word that's put into action, it becomes something of intent. Now you are building with intent and you put your best thoughts into action.
So here's the challenge, P. Here's the challenge for y'all in the chat. This is the challenge. Remember what I said, me and P, y'all know since y'all been rocking, right? We always say, write down 10 bad things and 10 good things, and don't focus on the bad things, focus on the good things. Those are your best practices. I'm reversing that today. Write down the 10 bad, however many, 10, 5, whatever.
Usually say 5.
All 5. All the horrible things in your life that you went through. The shit that you didn't think you was gonna make it through. The things that you knew was breaking you down, that had you in that bed crying, that you didn't want to get out of bed, you know, all the day, whatever it is, write that down. Write it down, look at it, write how it made you feel. Man, this shit made me, whatever the fuck you got to do, write it down. And then pat yourself on the back and say, look what I made it through.
Celebrate.
Look what I made it through. Did you celebrate those wins? That's a win, baby. A win is still a win, baby.
Like a mother.
Hello? Look what you done walked through. Huh? Hold that chest up when you walk through that shit. Look at that paper and say, yeah, nigga, I did it. Hello. And then guess what? Rip that shit up and throw it away because we ain't doing it no more. Let that shit go. Because we on to the next challenge.
But take what the win that you learned and keep that forever.
You better know it. You better know it, because a win is still a win. You done came through some shit. You done overcome some shit. See, Bill, you didn't get to where you at without no trials and tribulations, huh? CC, you didn't get to where you at without no trials and tribulations, huh? Chantez, you didn't get to where you at without no trials and tribulations, huh? Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Hello. We and Peter, we didn't get here without no trials and tribulations, huh? Nah, hell nah. We scratched, clawed, and fought our way through this shit. We worked hard to get here. Y'all worked hard to get to where you at. Those houses y'all sitting in. Those cars y'all driving. That food you eating. You worked for that shit. Look what you been through.
Indeed.
When motherfuckers turned their back on you. When people was talking about you, the shit people was talking about, people did it to you. They did it to me. They did it to me. They did it to you. But guess what? You still here. You gotta look in the mirror and say, God, don't play about me. You don't play about you. So write that shit down. Write that shit down. Know who the fuck you are. Cause you the nigga, you. Look at the shit you done came through. Nigga, hold your chest up and pat yourself up. Big dog in the building.
Yeah, you.
Big dog is in the building. You big dog. Bark on these motherfuckers. Look at what you've been through. So what we gonna do, we're gonna stop sitting in self-pity. We're gonna look at that shit we done been through.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at that shit we done been through. We're gonna write that shit down. And we're gonna say, nigga, I came through this. Nigga, I got through this. Nigga, I thought this shit was gonna break me. Nigga, you don't even know. Nigga, I laid in the bed for 3 weeks crying off of this shit. This shit had me crippled, weak, hurt. But I'm here. How many nurses in the building? How many entrepreneurs in the building? How many of y'all motherfuckers keep shit going every day? How many of y'all making waves when it ain't no way? How many of y'all keeping them lights on? You ain't even got no money. How many of y'all man, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Write that shit down, man. And then pat yourself on the back. Because this the shit y'all done walk through. This that walk. When they say walk it like you talk it and talk it like you walk it, motherfucker, hold your head up. Inhale. What my nigga P say? Train the brain and the body will follow.
Indeed.
Train your brain to appreciate and celebrate your wins. Because you done came through some shit. Big dog is in the building. Nigga, now I bark. Now y'all put a dog in the chat. Let me see some roofs or whoop. Give me something, nigga. Y'all fucking with me, right? Put some bow wow wows in the chat or something. Fuck with your boy.
Put Snoop Dogg in there. No, definitely. And I think that's kind of the theme.
You say Snoop.
I think that's kind of the theme of today, the topic. You know, it all tied in as it normally does, right? Every time it ties in, and the message is consistent from start to finish. You know, we work our way through it, and we get the message out clear, which is a blessing. So I think that was definitely the topic of the day. Man.
IP, that's gonna be on my Instagram right there.
Well,
that little segue right there, that was raw right there. I like it. That shit.
Oh yeah,
I like that shit.
I think we got a couple segues from here, to be honest with you, but I think that you know, that was definitely the message for the day. And you know, yeah, I like what you said. You are you. I also like what you said, like, because I send those things out on the 1st of the month to all of my members. The best practice forms, I send those out, and you write down your top 5 habits, challenges, worst habits, and then you write down the opposite opposing, which would be the good habits, and then you pick one of those good habits. You forget about all the bad. You focus on one good habit, and for the next 30 days, you manifest, practice, and perfect that one positive until it becomes a new habit. And habits fuel, habits fuel lifestyles. They make lifestyles. So now you have perfected a new habit. And I like the spin that KC put on it, because the narrative of the day has been talking about recognizing. When I was talking about, I used the hood, you know what I mean? But the narrative has been looking at basically hard times that you came through, right? So I like how you spent it and said, write down those moments, not just the habits, because those moments are actually what triggers habits, right? So you have an opportunity now to look at moments if you care to do so, because you got to be brave. You got to be confident. You got to go into it with the mindset of growth and peace and joy, not being defeated. When you write these things down, it's triumphant, right? So I like how you put the spin on it and saying, write down those moments, recognize those moments that happen and see the wins in them. And now those wins that came from that become something that you recognize and celebrate, and it drives new habits. So if any of you want that form of what I'm getting to and want to actually do it, we'll send it out to you. We can all do it. I mean, like I said, I send it out to my members. I do it myself on the first of the month. You don't got to be a member. It don't cost you nothing. All you got to do is send us your email and we'll send it to you. And you don't even got to share it with nobody. Nope. But if you care to share it, you can. But it's for you.
The biggest investment y'all gonna make in yourself, that we gonna make in ourselves, that I'm gonna make in myself, is in yourself. That's the biggest investment, man. Believe in you. So celebrate your wins, man, because like where everybody we've been saying, man, we're so easy to focus on the hard shit. It's so easy to focus on the negative things that we've been through. Man, take and focus on them. But then realize and recognize you got through them. You made it through them. That's the win. You made it through some shit. When people talk about you, you still here. Y'all gotta understand who y'all are, man. Step in your power, walk in your faith, step in your purpose. Love yourself. Man, love the people around you, but make sure you got the right people around you. Be where you celebrated and not tolerated. Be where you appreciated and not feeling like you just supposed to be there just because you just there, just because I'm obligated to be here. Man, be where you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Be where you appreciate. Be with people that's gonna elevate you and not bring you down. Make sure that you point at the people that pour back into you, because reciprocity is for real, and you need it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my word for y'all, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long, man. Well, we got y'all up in here, though, man. Hello, look at y'all here with us.
We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, allowing us to do this, right? It's just like my members. When I started off training, I did it for free. I was training for free, and I used to tell my mom, I used to be like, Mom, one day I'm gonna get paid for this. I'm doing it for free today, but one day I'm gonna get paid for this. And I'm gonna keep building and growing, and I enjoy doing it, right? And what I realized is I was very thankful for the people who allowed me to get to practice. When I be praying, even today, that's why I said when I said the thing about former members, when I pray and I'm thanking God for my current members, I also thank for the former members, because I was able to practice and get to where I am because the people who gave me the opportunity to do what I wanted to do. Because without them, it would have just been me, right? I wouldn't have learned how to operate with more people. I wouldn't learn how to navigate through these challenges with people and help people. So I got better because I had people to work with, even when I was doing it for free. So
run the question, Flo. Run the question. He said he got a question for us. Run it.
So
go ahead, P. My fault.
To finish my thought, all I was saying is that it's the same thing here, right? We appreciate y'all, because without y'all, we don't have an opportunity to really who we speaking to, right? When we see y'all in the chat, and since we decided to start going live, we was like, that's the best thing we could ever did. Where there's 1, 10, or 20 people in here, or 2,000, when we get to that point, we always get off like, man, we should have been doing the chat, because now we feel like we really speaking to people, and it gives us even more of a purpose. What's your question?
Random questions, man. We love them. But hey, man, I'm definitely grateful for all y'all that's turning. There's 10 of y'all in here, man. If y'all ain't like and subscribe, and all y'all be watching us on Facebook and the shorts I'll be putting out there, and we be putting on Instagram, man. Keep on liking them and sharing them and subscribing with it. Because guess what, man, you know what I'm saying? It's very much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? This is a passion. And, you know, we love to give y'all knowledge and wisdom. And if it can help y'all grow, we're going to help y'all grow. Because guess what? As much as I get on here and talk to y'all, all this stuff don't necessarily just be me. You know what I'm saying? Because I talk to a bunch of people daily. I interact with a bunch of people daily who, just like P do, you know what I'm saying, who give me things to talk about. I got somebody who give me topics. They give me topics every day, man, and they be hitting me with them, and I'll be like, oh, that was a good one. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And Shamika said she got the sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting on the picture from that. We waiting on a picture from CC with the sweatsuit.
Y'all send them pictures in. Y'all ain't getting shit else.
Equalizer, hands down. Hold on. Which trilogy better and who will win? John Wick versus Equalizer. Nigga, that was a good question. John Wick or Denzel? Keanu Reeves. I'm going with John Wick. I'm going with John Wick though. John Wick just don't die. But I'm going with John Wick. I got to.
I don't know.
I gotta go John Wick. Denzel gonna count though. Denzel gonna be like 7 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. He like his character with what he has going on is like Steven. You've seen John Wick get hurt. He like Steven Seagal with it. He's like a technician. I don't know.
But Equalizer old.
But that's why I said like Steven Seagal. It's like he old but unbeatable. A technician. No wasted movements, no wasted energy, no mistakes.
All right, good question. Electric Boogaloo or Beat Street? Now,
both of the movies you looking like you
missed some movies. Right. Paris, have you seen both of the movies? You looking like you missed some movies.
I look like I missed a movie.
All right, Electric Boogaloo or Beat Street?
My expression on my face?
No, that ain't no good one because Electric Boogaloo better than Beat Street. So no good movie.
I have seen both of them. I haven't watched all the series of them, but I've seen them. Yes.
I got the better question. That was a good question. That was a good ass question because damn, that was cold. I like that. I like that answer. I don't even want to go no more because that was a cold. Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
Menace to Society.
You just gonna throw that out there willy nilly? Just hella fast? You ain't gonna think about it? That was the right answer though. Yeah, you look like you have seen all of them. That's East Coast versus West Coast. I'm not choosing.
Yeah, like I said, my answer was I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Which one?
Colombiana. What?
Salt versus Colombiana.
Them not
Angelina Jolie or Zoe Saldana? God damn. That was a good one. I'm gonna take a. I'm going with Salt. She was kind of gangster in that. You don't know that movie. You don't know the movie they talk about, do you? When she was like wearing the disguise. I don't know. That was some good movies right there.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Man, let's get ready to get up out of here. I got to get up early. Hey, Wednesdays. Man, we might come back on Friday. We might got to get a Friday show in.
I think so.
I think we might. I think we might get a Friday. We'll see. We're gonna discuss behind the scenes.
Man, y'all tap in and make Casey get on here on Friday. Get on this bump. CC.
You don't be calling CC. CC log off. Yeah, boo. They said boo. They said don't get off. Now let's get
Get
out
on.
here. Man.
Get on.
Look, we might be on Friday. We might be on Friday, Sunday.
We'll
Sunday
see.
was our normal day. Sunday was our normal day. I start liking Wednesdays better.
Y'all seen trying to back out on Friday already, talking about Sunday was our normal day.
Hey, Pete wasn't coming on. I just lied right on camera now, whatever. One of them niggas. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us tonight, man, and rocking with us, man. Like, share, subscribe. Send it to y'all friends, man, and follow me. I Am Manifestation. Y'all got No Cap TV on there. Until we get on.
Keep it growing. We appreciate y'all, man. And we will see y'all on the next one.
And now I Sunday.
Got my member in Kuwait in about an hour. Oh, wait. Or is it right now? Shit, it might be in 1 minute. I forgot.
The nigga next time invite me to that members only meeting. God damn it. The nigga don't need to send a nigga out here. This nigga.
Next January.
Next January. And then, hey, y'all be on the lookout because when I come to California and I'll be out there soon, hey, me and P, we finna get the visuals right. We're gonna be out there with the suits and we're gonna look like the old school. We're gonna look like Nino and G Money.
CMB.
And my brother's keeper. And we're gonna need a real light-skinned person lighter than me out there that look like who was the one that got Christopher Williams?
Oh yeah.
You stab somebody, don't worry about it. Hey y'all be smooth, man. We gonna catch y'all on the next one in a minute, y'all. Here we go.
All right.
Yep, in a minute.